Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and please pardon me for not having much of a voice at the moment, but today's Thursday, and I want to show you what today's book is about in my collection. This is Storey's Curious Compendium of Practical and Obscure Skills. This is a really nice book, and relatively cheap too. It's 354 pages, if I recall correctly, and I have a lot of things marked off in it because it is a really nice book. Now, this is more of a homesteading or self-sufficient styled book. The instructions are nice and clear, really big, nice diagrams on it. It's not in the most particular order, but there is an index in the back to help you find what you're looking for. This book is made in 2020, and in the description below will be a link to where you could find it on Amazon. I personally purchased this, I think, BJ's or Costco, probably about a year ago. But it is on Amazon, and it's actually cheaper on Amazon now than it was when I bought this, I think. But either way, it's worth it in my opinion. So, Storey's makes a whole bunch of different kinds of books, mostly self-help books, homesteading, survival, bushcraft, things of that nature. So let's take a look inside. So, don't know if we can see it here. Book was made in 2020, so it's not particularly that old. The contents are, as I said, not really in any kind of particular fashion, like how to build a fire pit outdoors, home plants or house plants, self-watering containers, how to make sauerkraut, navigate by the sun and moon, grow upside down vegetables. There's all sorts of weird things in here, like extract honey, braid a rug, carve a wooden spoon. I think I have that one marked off somewhere. How to make beeswax candles, store winter vegetables. Probably a little hard to see, so I'm trying to get this to zoom in without making everything really blurry. How to clean a fish, scout for deer, how to make compost with worms, build a tin can stove, identify 10 native pollinators, which I also think I have marked off, how to make large garden pots with hypertufa. It's kind of like a concrete and soil mix. Not sure how to pronounce it otherwise. Finger crocheting, make a tunnel, which is a chicken tunnel, just binoculars, jumpstart car batteries, French braid a horse's tail. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff in here that I wouldn't be doing, but this stuff in here, like harvesting rainwater, that's an important one, including the gray water ones for landscaping. So there's a lot of good information in here. Or here's another great one. Make 7 tents from tarps. I have that one. I know I have that one bookmarked because I've looked at that a few times. So there's a welcome page. This is all done by all sorts of experts. There's a whole list of people that are in the back for say who did what and who did the art. So let's take a look at a few that I have marked off here. Oops. Yep. How to make a leather belt, which is nice because I've done some leather work, but nothing like making a belt. How to do the clasps, how to do the different designs, where to put the holes. Let's see. How to grow a straw bale, garden, grow vegetables in a bag. Instead of, I have raised garden beds, but they're also talking about raised garden beds in here. But here you go, raised garden. It's a bag, upside down vegetables, using a 5-gallon bucket, hair dye, toothpaste and hair conditioner. There's all sorts of weird stuff in here. Flower pot smoker, cool. How to milk a goat, and how to tell the difference between sheep and goat. Let's see if I can get to something I've already done in here. How to restore a forgotten fruit tree. It's good news, good information. How to carve a wooden spoon. So this is definitely one of those self-sufficient bushcraft kind of things. Knife, some wood, how to carve it, how to burn a notch in as needed. Know your honeybees and put together a beehive. Not something they teach in school. They probably should, especially where I am out here, which is mostly farmland. How to make a water filter from a 2-liter bottle. So gravel, coffee filter, fine sand, coffee filter, activated charcoal, cotton balls, coffee filter, rubber band. So that's actually really easy. How to make a still for collecting water. So this is just one of many ways of doing that. So this is like if you're homesteading and need a clean water source, or you're going somewhere there may not be a great water source, it's an option. Same thing for this, whether you're camping or stuck in the woods for however long, depending on whatever the emergency was, or escape or something, so you have, some way to get water. How to store potatoes 7 ways, how to store winter vegetables. Oh, look at that. Give a full body massage or a foot massage. See, they're in no real particular order. They're just, it's strangely how it's laid out. Relief carpal tunnel syndrome. I know exactly what that's about. So there's some instructions on how to do that in here, which is great. Share a sheep in 10 steps. Build a raised garden bed. Build a garden dolly from a golf cart. Because this is what they mean. A golf cart is something to tow your golf clubs, not an actual motorized or gas-powered golf cart. How to teach your dog stuff, how to make compost. If you're homesteading, you're working on a farm, your own stuff. Good to know how to make some soil amendments. Movable compost bin. How to build a homestead in and from the woods. Grow the most vegetables possible, which is taking up just about all sorts of land and using it in a really good way. An efficient way, I should say, not a good way, but an efficient way. I don't know why I had that one on there. I don't remember looking up blanch freeze vegetables or harvest. Don't know. Oh, this is canning. So how to can or jar your vegetables, fruits and vegetables, after you've harvested them. I don't know why it says that, but it's can, not can as in can you do it. It's can as in, the little glass containers for canning, the metal lids. Sorry, it's in my voice, I think. It's throwing me off, so my apologies. How to grow a lemon tree indoors. That's a good way to keep what? Scurvy. Make a tire swing, how to make a hammock, how to sharpen a knife. Build a tin can stove. Of course, you've got things like put up a chicken. Identify 10 native pollinators, which you should know anyway if you're homesteading, so you know what each kind of pollinator likes in order to be able to get the most out of your harvest. How to hive a new colony of bees, which is outside of my range because I avoid bees altogether. Sharpen a chainsaw. How to make a wreath. Again, there's just weird stuff in here. Make charcoal in a homemade crucible. You find me another book that has that as readily available information. You may be able to find it online, but if you have a power outage or something of that nature, or you're not where you have power readily available, it's nice to have an actual book. But I've never seen this instructions anywhere, and I have dozens and dozens of books of homesteading and gardening and emergency preparedness and all sorts of things of that nature. How to bake bread over coals. How to harvest rainwater. I said that about earlier. And divert kitchen sink gray water to landscape and laundry to landscape. How to spatchcock a chicken. how to make a medicinal infusion, which is not something I normally do, but the instructions are here. How to make herbal pills or fire cider. This one, make 7 tents from tarps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have different versions of it. Some using guidelines. They're all using guidelines except this one, which is used like a tent pole. Well, these two actually use something like a tent pole or something else, different designs. Good to know, especially if you're going to be stuck out in the woods somewhere, and whether it be camping, hiking, again, emergency use. Maybe you've got lost, or you're just trying to get away from people. Knowing how to set up multiple types of shelters is a very good idea. How to build a tiny shelter on wheels. This to me looks like a gypsy hut, but that's the instructions. On the back here you have a metric conversion chart, weight, volume, length, and then there's the index to help you figure out what you want to talk about. Like they have batoning in here, which I don't remember seeing, but you know, there's a lot in here. So let's see, page 65. Maybe it's just a small section. Oh, okay, so it's about with the wooden spoon section. So I don't remember seeing it, but it's in the index. So this is a really good book on all this stuff. You have all these things like different knots and such in the back that they talk about small little blurbs of every once in a while. That you can find all sorts of things in here. Book credits regarding well-being, nature, food and drink, crafts, animals, building, sustainable living, and then there's our credits in the back. So that's it. This is the Storey's Curious Compendium of Practical Skills, Practical and Obscure Skills. Take a look. You check down at your local library. Again, the link will be in the description for Amazon. And any questions or comments, just leave them below, and I usually get back to them pretty quickly. Thank you for watching, and have a glorious day.